Assalamu alaikum. With Allah's name, the merciful benefactor, merciful redeemer, I bear witness there is no God except Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad is the servant of Allah. Dear beloved brothers and sisters, we want to continue the discussion that we left off with at our last program. We was talking about self-responsibility. We was talking about the responsibility that God has given each and every one of us over our own lives. That was basically the subject matter that we were discussing. We was talking about the fact that God created us as human beings, and God created us male and female at one and the same time. God created the human family, you know, and the human family was given charge for the orderly operation of the earth. You know, and in some sense, we can say that the human family was given charge of the universe. You see, I mean, you know, we evolved from sticks and stones to spaceships and aircraft and these kinds of things. So God has given the human being a great responsibility, But instead of the human being taking on the responsibility that God has given us, God has given us a responsibility, but we refuse to grow. We refuse to grow. We can't even grow outside of our own neighborhoods because God, we have been somehow, the message have come to us by the enemy of us in order to manipulate us, in order to control us. And I'm talking about us, the human family. Somebody has given us the message that some of us are superior than the others of us. And God is telling you right here in his holy book, in the book of Genesis, the 27th verse, that he has created us, the human family. The human family, you see. And now, here we are, we're in a time of great turmoil. Now, let me explain something to you all, brothers and sisters. This tumultuous period of time we find ourselves here in America. I was thinking about that old gospel song, one that is near and dear to me. It's called the Battle Hymn of the Republic. You know, and part of that song says, you know, in the valley of decision, there's a battle drawing near. You see, in the valley of decision. What is the valley of decision? I told you last time, words make people. We should pay attention to the words that we read in order to get a greater understanding of what we are saying and in what is being said to us. In the valley of decision, where are decisions made? Decisions are made in the mind. And when we say the valley of decision, we are saying we're in deep thought. We're in deep concentration. We're at the very bottom of making very important decisions in our individual lives and in the lives of our society, the people of our society. So this term in the Battle Hymn of the Republic is saying to us that each and every one of us as human beings, as individuals, we have some important decisions that has to be made in order for us to improve ourselves. And now today, in the United States of America, we are at a time now that the very life of our country, the very life of the society that we live in is dependent not upon the politicians, but is dependent upon us, the common masses, to make the right decision as to what we are going to do. God has given us, each and every one of us. I hope you guys are recording this so you can go back and study what I'm saying, not because I'm saying it, but because we can learn from each other. I learn from you, you learn from me. We are all equal in this phase of life. So what I'm saying is this, is that the decisions that we make, we have to understand that there are those out there who want to manipulate and control our lives. And we don't have to be in these death-defying situations that we're in. We can take on the responsibility of leadership in our own lives. We can take on the responsibility of leadership in our own lives, because the decisions that we're making today, man, that they're easy. They don't have to be this tough. They don't have to be this rough. They don't have to be this decisive. But somebody has made these decisions more than what they are. And they have taken paramount position in the lives of the human being. Let us deal with this abortion issue first. God has given all of us life. Let us think about this abortion issue. That is a dinner table decision. That is not a decision for the Supreme Court. That is a decision that has to be made sitting around the dinner table. That has to be a family decision. That has to be a family decision. That's your decision, Dad. That's your decision, Mom. If your daughter, you have to teach your children self-respect. You have to, I'm giving you the solution. You may not want to hear it, but the responsibility is on you. So when you meet your maker, you won't be able to say that you didn't know, because you will know. That responsibility is on you. That responsibility is not on John Roberts or Sotomayor or Clarence Thomas. That responsibility is on you. When you as a father, you as a mother, you are supposed to be instructing your daughter. You are supposed to be instructing your son to respect themselves, to have high standards. This is the answer to the abortion issue. You are supposed to be instructing your daughter and your son to have high standards and to respect themselves and each other. You see. But what has happened is that sex has become the god of this society. And then our children, we allow our children, we relinquish them. We allow them to go and participate in everything out there because their friends are doing it. So when something happens to our little girl, they have to be able to come to us. And we have to say, okay, I got a grandchild. Let's move forward. And then if your daughter and the young man, you have to bring them both before you as a father and a mother. The family of each one of them, the family of the young man and the family of the young girl. You have to bring them before you. The family, this is a family problem. And we have to support them. We have to be their refuge. We can't let them be outcast in the society. That's the answer. They want to have, the women want to have control over their bodies. Yeah, they should. But when a baby is in the womb, that baby belongs to God. That baby don't belong to no woman. That's an individual life. And that life, the womb, is a place where God has given us to nurture and to protect life. not to go in and take the life. The womb is supposed to be a place to protect life. You see, the larger picture of that is this. We have to begin as leaders in the community. We have to start speaking up for morality. It is not the duty of the Supreme Court. It is not the duty of the president or anybody to pass a law prohibiting a woman from, I hate to say this, but we are supposed to be prohibited. If she's going to have an abortion, that's between her and God. That is not between us or her and the legislature. She's responsible for that. We are not God. Our duty is to teach morality. If we teach morality in the society, if we raise the morals in the society, as opposed to just letting the society go haywire, as opposed to just letting any and everything be acceptable in the society. The only reason that we're having this discussion is because as men and women, as believing men and women, as God-fearing men and women, we have allowed the Satan to come in and kill off the moral foundation in the society. Therefore, when we start talking about abortion, then it's only because that we've allowed the morality of the society to go off the track. You see, it's all of our responsibility. It's the family responsibility. But when you place that responsibility in the hands of a politician, I don't care if it's Joe Biden, I don't care if it's Donald Trump. I wouldn't vote for either one of them. But because they're both playing good cop and bad cop with our lives. But when you place that responsibility in the hands of the politician, they're going to play to whatever music you want to hear. You've taken as a father. Where's your manhood as a father? Here you come in and you let Donald Trump say, well, I appointed the Supreme Court justices so that they can deal with this. That is not his responsibility. That's your responsibility as a father. Where's your manhood? Where's your responsibility? How you gonna let somebody else that's been accused of being a rapist, that's been accused of fraud, that's been accused of all kinds of crime, and you gonna let this person come in and lord over your daughter, lord over your wife, lord over your family? How you gonna do that and call yourself a man? You are not a man. You are someone that is allowing somebody else, regardless to who that is, to come in and take your responsibility. Your daughter, your wife is your responsibility. And you're the one going to be held accountable for that. You, the father, the mother, because you have relinquished your responsibility, giving it to somebody else instead of giving it to God. I'm talking about the Joe Biden lovers also. Hands off of my body. I want control of my body. Hell, control of your body is supposed to come before you even engage in the sexual experience. That's where you have control of your body. You can't allow somebody like Joe Biden to have control over your life. That man ain't got no morals. How you gonna let him decide, let your daughter have an no. Where's your responsibility? Where's your responsibility, woman? Your responsibility is this. you have to have such high standards that you are not going to be fornicating. You are not going. This is the 10 Commandments that you say you believe in so steadily. So now how you going to say, I want control over my body? No, control over your body is before you go to the man's house. That's control over your body. Because what happens is that when you come up with another life inside your womb, that is not your body. That is a separate individual body. And that is not your body. So now, our position is this, is that we have to raise the morals of the society. We can't persecute people over their personal decisions. That decision is between them and the Creator. But if we raise the morals of the society, then America can become once again the beacon of light for the whole world. This question can be settled. Not only America, but the state of Mississippi. The state of Mississippi, which has always been deemed the backward state, the dark state. The state of Mississippi can come out from under the cover of condemnation and be the leader for moral reformation, not through politics, not through passing laws against people, but through our own individual high standards of morals, integrity, family values. God has given us that. God didn't give that responsibility to the Supreme Court. God gave that to the mother and to the father of the family. That's how you deal with the abortion issue. Sorry about the screaming. But we have to understand that we live in hard times. They have allowed this immigration problem to become a focal point. Oh, it's Trump's fault. No, it's Biden's fault. No. We as a people, we cannot just sit around and let the government decide for us, because this is government of the people, for the people, and by the people. You see, let's ask ourselves the question, how did it become necessary for immigrants to have to leave their homes in the first place? No, we spend all of this money in foreign wars. We give all kinds of countries money for their to conduct war. Ukraine, Israel, and all these other places. If you got people leaving Mexico, you got people leaving Haiti, you got people leaving all of these other places running to America, why don't we start an alliance with their government and solve the problem over there instead of giving money to Israel? Let Israel support Ukraine. We give them billions and billions of dollars every year. Ain't nothing but 2 welfare states. The biggest welfare states on the planet, Ukraine and Israel. Let Israel give money to Ukraine, because we give them enough. But let us change our foreign policy. Go in and build Haiti up. Go in and build up those countries that these other people are running from, and create jobs and security there. Let us stop smoking weed the way we are. You know, those of us who claim we are good-hearted people and we support the immigrants, it's partly our fault, because most of the reason why they are fleeing their country is because of the cartels. And who are the biggest customers of the cartels? It's us, the Americans. We smoke more weed, use more dope than anybody. So those of us who say we're good-hearted and we love the immigrants, no, it is your fault that you have this war, partly your fault anyway. If we take the money that we invest in all these other countries and go and help to build up, to eliminate the reason why these people have to flee their own countries, then this immigrant problem would stop overnight. But as it is, they've made it, and neither Biden nor Trump, either one of them, is offering a solution. They're only offering what sound bites and telling you what you want to hear, not allowing you to think for yourself. You see, we have to have solutions. God has created us human. That's what he has created us to be. Human beings, to love and respect each other as human beings. Pick up our responsibility as human beings. And Mississippi can be the leader in that way of doing things. You see, we have to treat our people here at home better than we do. People want to give our children money for, poor children, hungry children. And you reject that money, talking about its welfare. God says this in the Bible: what you have done to the least of mine, you do it also to me. Let me say that again. God says in the Bible, what you have done to the least of mine, I may not be saying it verbatim, but you know what I'm saying. What you have done to the least of mine, you also do it unto me. So how you gonna call yourself a leader over the state and then you're rejecting money that people give you to feed the hungry, to feed the needy? Jesus fed the 5,000 with 2 fish and a loaf of bread. Here's somebody want to give these hungry children money so they can have a good meal. And you calling it welfare. That's not right. Not only is it not right, it's a sin. I know people who have been hurt, who are unable to go to work and earn a good living for themselves. But you want to make it hard for them to receive medical care. You want to set them off 3, 4, 5, 6 months so that they can prove themselves not able to provide for themselves. That's inhuman. In the story of Jesus, when in the parable that Jesus gave of the Good Samaritan, when he passed by the Good Samaritan and passed by the man who had been put upon by thugs and thieves and robbers, he picked that guy up and took him to the hotel and paid his way. He didn't say, okay, I'm going to leave you laying there, and if you're still laying there when I come back, I'm going to help you. No. These people need help. These are our people. These people work. These people are not lazy. These people need help so that they can get back to work. Why are you going to try to make them wait and prove themselves to you? No, that is not your responsibility. When you see your brother, when you see your sister, when you see your fellow human being needing to have assistance, then go immediately to their assistance and give them relief. This is scripture. This is scripture. This is scripture in the larger sense. This is taking scripture from the church house. This is taking scripture from the pulpit and taking it to the street where it's supposed to be. Do not allow people to come into your life and influence you to think like them. Do not allow people to belittle other human beings, because God said he has made the human being in his image. God said he has made the human being in his image. We are not the enemy of each other. We are the enemy of immoral thinking. We are the enemy of immoral. When we allow our morals to fail, when we allow our morals to dissipate, then that's when the confusion comes in. That's when we begin to make clouded decisions. That ain't the way it's supposed to be. Decisions that we're supposed to be clear on from the beginning, all of a sudden they become big decisions, and then we put these decisions in the hands of politicians, and the politicians just say what we want to hear, and all of a sudden you become mistreated by them once they get in office. People don't care about you. Nobody cares about you but God. That's who cares about you. We're not each other's enemies, but the enemy is the loss of moral value. That's the enemy. When we lose our moral values, I say it again, we make wrong decisions. Your choice is not between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Your choice is between moral detriment and God. That is the choice that we have to make. You have somebody out there, I think Nikki Haley. Here's a woman who's a family person. Her husband defends the country. Family values. And yet you reject her. She sounds pretty, she can stand some refining, but she's better than either of the other two. And if you support her, you know, you can see the hand of God moving in that direction. We have to come to our moral senses, dear beloved brothers and sisters, and understand that the decision that we make today is not a political decision. The decision that we make today is a decision that we're going to make, whether we're going to serve God or are we going to serve other than God. That's the decision. Dear beloved brothers and sisters, we are so grateful to you. Thank you for allowing us to come into your home. We're going to continue this discussion, and hopefully next week we'll be able to close it out. May Allah bless you with peace and blessings and the light of understanding. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be with you.